Hi everybody, happy Friday. Yay! Today is Friday, April 15th, 2022, and it is Good Friday here in the US, going into Easter weekend. And I don't have much to show, but I did want to get on here just to say hey to all my returning Yarny friends and some new ones that I've gotten. I'm 6 subscribers away from 200, so the giveaway is not too far away. I'll wait a couple days after I reach it to make sure that the subs stick. I hear the best way for that is once you subscribe to somebody, watch one of their videos from start to finish, and then YouTube doesn't do their crazy thing and unsubscribe you. So, all right. I wanted to show you all that I did finish that commission blanket that I've been working on. I want to say February, but I'm not sure. I got a hold of the lady that wanted it, let her know I would be done by today. I was actually done Wednesday, and originally she was hoping to have it by Easter, so I put the pedal to the metal, and she says maybe by next Sunday, the 24th, or Saturday, that she would message me and we would get together and she would complete the transaction and be done. So for the blanket, I used all Big Twist. I had white out because I wasn't sure if I was going to need another color to complete it. I did buy another light gray, but did not end up using any of it. And this is what I have left of a skein of dark gray. And I have a little bit of the black, a little bit of the deep red, and then I have this much black because I had to bust into another one and another deep red. Altogether, I used one of each of the grays, and this would be number 4 or 5 for each of these colors. I threw the ball bands away. I know some people collect them for the year to see what they can get through. And once I heard that idea, I had already tossed them away. So I was like, well, maybe I can remember next year, but whatever. I did use a 6mm hook, and the blanket was to be for a double size bed. So my spare bed is a queen, so I just went in and chained, and then went with that. The theme of it was that she kind of saw I call it the window blanket that I had, and she liked that. So, and of course, I did not lay it out and measure it, but if you have a bigger bed like that, you kind of get the idea. This was the end that I started with. Oh, this thing is pretty big. If you know the size of a double. Okay. So, here's the one end, and this is where I started. I kind of did a couple rows without the window. And let me move this other. Okay. Then, So there was the beginning. Just some, and I did half doubles. And then just one across, and some more, and some more. So next video I can, or maybe I'll lay it out when I'm uploading and just put this in the description box of how big this ended up being. But anyways, so then I just, no particular order, did a few rows and just kept changing it out. And then I would hit where I did a bigger section of gray, 2 or 3 rows of the red and black, and I tried to alternate red, black, a gray, red, black, a different gray. So then I got that. And then because who it's going for likes the feel of the texture, I threw in a row where there was like the back loop. So if he's feeling right here, he'll have that bumpy texture. And then a little bit of this and this. And then I ended with the black. And the only reason I got into the last red skein was for the border. So I just went around in single crochet, and then I single crocheted chain 1 in the corners, single crochet chain 1, single crochet in the corner, went all the way around, and then I did half double crochet chain 1, half double crochet, and did a round of half doubles to just kind of like finish it off. You know, I felt like the single crochet was too thin, so then adding that half double row to me just gave it a more finished look. So yeah, no particular order, but she is finally done for a double or full size bed. Cannot tell you how happy I was to make this a finished object. My mother-in-law kind of told me I did not charge enough for the materials and the work. And as I got to the end, yeah, I agreed, but live and learn. So that's done. And if in the end she doesn't want it, then I will either resell it or just end up keeping it, because these are my colors. All right, so the next thing, I was trying to get this finished before the video, but not quite. Christy from Crochet Creations by Christy is doing a cal using Fiber Spiders tutorial for the Glorious Granny Square, and I am working on April's, and I'm alternating my variegateds. So this month it was the Orchard Mist Ombre's turn to get used, and Craft Smart Value. Feels like a red heart. This must be the older Craft Smart, because the newer ones are pretty soft. But 244 yards. I just opened my second skein to do the last round, and this one is being bordered in magenta. So I did this in February and now this is April's. I am I must have left my hook in the living room because I was working on it. Because right off the top of my head, I don't remember the hook size. But I will do 2 rounds of the magenta, and then I do a round of purple, so that when I join in purple, it doesn't look crazy. But this is April so far. I just have to do 1 more round of magenta, and then border it in the purple with the half double crochets, and then I'll submit it on Christy's Facebook page, and then April's will be done. And just to show you, this is March's, and my other color is the Red Heart Grape Fizz. That's this middle one. And then the 2 round border is the Premier Basic in Slate. And then they will all get bordered and joined by purple in the Big Twist. So that will be a finished object. The next video won't take me that long to get it done. But what I was thinking for May is, so I'll have 2 like this and 2 like this. And what I'm thinking to do is May, I will do a solid of the pink, 2 rows of this, border it in purple. June, I'll use the variegated as the border, but do the middle and the slate, like, you know, do them the opposite. And then July and August, do the same thing. And then maybe for September and October, do so many rounds of variegated, do the pink, so many rounds of variegated, do the pink, just to like kind of switch it up a little bit. And then when I end up having the 12 squares by December and go put them together, it'll be a nice contrast with all the colors. That's what I'm thinking. So all right, okay, the last thing to show you is I have some more progress on my Barbie dress toilet paper cover. I'm working on this one, and this is by Crocheting with Alana. She has a YouTube channel, and real quick, I'm just using the Eversoft in burgundy and magenta. Huh, go figure. And then I have a 4mm hook. So there's that. All right, so what you do is, last video I showed the top part of the dress and then the full skirt. Now you start putting on the ruffles, and this is what I have so far. So in one of the stitches you do the back loop. So when you go to attach your main color, you go in the other loop and you follow her directions for so many rows, and then you go back to this trim color and put the trim on. Then you fasten off and you go down to the next section where you did back loop only, attach the color for so many rows, and then you add another. So there is back loop only here and here. You can see the bumps, but looking at the picture, I think you only attach one more time to do another row of these so that it covers, and then you make the hat and she'll be done. I still need to go get a cheaper Barbie to go with this and the toilet paper, probably for the craft show in July. But I love the colors. I think it's coming out like so detailed. She has another pattern on her YouTube and on her Etsy, I think it is, that it's not as detailed and, you know, your basic, but so I probably will try that one as well. I think that one plus Creative Grandma has one. They might be able to whip up a little faster because you're not going back and doing this awesome detail. I mean, it is nice. Maybe I'll keep it. Ugh. I should probably keep one of each of the stuff that I make, just so that people can look at them and possibly order, you know, what style they want based on the colors of their bathrooms and stuff. But this has got some weight to it, so I like it. I think it's coming out great. And that I'm going to work on finishing after the Glorious Granny, because I have so many whips going that I want to start tying up the loose ends. Plus I need to finish my mosaic. I still have to do my last 2 repeats from when I showed you last video. I need to make more small items. I need to get some dishcloths done for the craft fair. And the filet heart blanket that I showed last week as well, I still need to do the that one will be 3 more repeats. And I still need to pick the pattern and the yarn for the blanket to match my sweater set. But I'm narrowing it down. Like when I look at the big picture, I'm like, holy crap. But if I narrow it down project by project, I feel more like I'm getting stuff done and I'm achieving things, and then the overwhelmingness is calming down. The heart blanket will be a gift. My daughter and her boyfriend found out yesterday that the baby is a boy, so yay. So that blanket will be for him. I kind of asked her if she thought hearts were not a boy thing, because I do have other patterns I can do. I don't know, you all can let me know out there what you think. If a filet heart blanket is for a baby boy, it's something for her to put away and keep for him and for his children and so on. And that's what I'm trying to do for each grandchild. So yeah, then I'll do the sweater. But he's not due till middle September, so I have some time. And What else? Oh, Stephanie from Stephanie's Yarn Escape is doing a mail. I believe she started April 10th and she'll go till June 30th for she wants you to get into your cake stash. Ooh. I love my cakes and like I want to use them, but like I don't want to use them cuz they're pretty. And I went in my cakes are in a totally different room than this. And so I went in there and I was looking at them and I pulled out a couple and I'm like, well, a lot of patterns take, 3 cakes roughly. But oh my gosh, if I use them, then I won't have that color anymore and they probably don't make them anymore because I normally don't buy them unless they're like a really good sale. So now I'm struggling with, I believe I have to go back and rewatch her video. It wasn't that long ago. And I think the requirement is to use 1 or 2 of your cakes in the project, but don't quote me because I'm not sure. But then I'm like, if I use a cake to make up, say, a baby blanket for a stash or something, that's great. But then I won't have that colorway anymore. That will be sad. But I don't know. So needless to say, I'm trying to decide on what yarn to take out of my cake stash. Then I'll go and look for a pattern. And I would like to have that decided on by next weekend. We'll see. And the only other thing I was going to say, 2 things. One is I have 2 to 3 blankets I need to have done by Christmas with the blanket yarn, Bernat blanket yarn. So I'm going to be pulling that now that this monster is done and getting that in project bags so that I could work on that at a slower pace. Last year I waited too long. Well, I didn't, but I waited long enough to where when I started those blankets, I felt like I was rushed. So I'm thinking it's April, like let's get the yarn pulled. And for those, I just do whatever I feel like doing. There's really not a set pattern. I just have to decide if I just want it back and forth. Do I want it chevron? Do I want the wave? And then just get started on those. And for acquisitions, I did place an order from Lion Brand. I was going to look. It was a small order before any of my family is like, what? But it hasn't even shipped yet. And I think I ordered it 2 weeks ago. And I know they gave you a warning that shipping was like really slow. So it's all right. I do know that Crystal mentioned from Bag O Day that her line of yarn, which is cakes, should be getting released in September. So maybe I need to use some of those cakes to make room, because I do want some. Yeah, so last update was that I did see my surgeon because I was having tummy problems, and in a nutshell, my gallbladder has to come out. That will be the end of May-ish, the 19th. So that is when, once I get out of my beginning funk of the surgery and stuff, I will have the time to start cracking out like the stuff for the craft fair, because I want to have like the dishcloths and kitchen stuff, maybe some decorative headbands, just something light, because if you've ever had it out, your gallbladder out, there's like severe weight restrictions for weeks, and I'll be out of work for 4 weeks because of what I do for a living. So I get through the initial surgery and oh my gosh, hello crochet. All right guys, I'm gonna go get this uploaded. I've got stuff to do. Today is my granddaughter's first birthday, and we will be going over there later. And, just enjoying the Easter weekend and being off of work. And please like, subscribe, and share. Comment if you want to. Email if you'd rather have a private conversation. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.